A bipartisan group of 31 senators have sent a letter to the administration calling on them to immediately release roughly $4.2 billion for about 6.2 million low-income households, as this money has been held because of the government shutdown. However, we're not in a government shutdown anymore, but this money is still being held. So this group of senators is coming together on a bipartisan basis to advocate for low-income households and say, hey, administration, release this money immediately as it has been approved and it has been appropriated. Well, I also have this letter right here, which is exactly what they sent to the administration, calling on them to release this money, about $4.2 billion, again, for a little over 6 million low-income households. And I know for a fact that some of you here in this community rely on this program that is very important, and because of the government shutdown, which is now over as I film this video, unfortunately it has been impacted because of the lack of funding, like so many other programs. And no, we're not talking about SNAP or food stamp here in this video. We're actually talking about the LIHEAP program, Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, which, yes, was also massively impacted because of the government shutdown. There was no money whatsoever. However, let's pop this up right here on the screen for you. You can feel free to read through this, and I'm going to talk about the details of this. Okay, so this is really nice. Finally, lawmakers are working together on a bipartisan basis. Shocking, I know, right? But anyway, here's the deal. Because of the government shutdown, the LIHEAP program undergone, well, lack of funding, which means because of the government shutdown, they did not approve any money for this program. But obviously, here we are a few days after they opened the government again, as in they funded it, and this president signed it, therefore they have adequate funding now. But yet, according to what they're calling on here in this letter, again, which I have on the screen for you, they are also saying that the administration is stalling, as in HHS, Health and Human Services, is again who administers this program and this money. So they're basically saying, hey, we opened government, we funded the program, you're dragging your feet. Get this money is distributed for the families, especially right now. Again, as it's maybe getting a little bit cooler depending on where you're located around the country, probably getting a little cold in some areas, right? And that's exactly what the LIHEAP program does, is it pays for heating and cooling of homes this time of year when people need to obviously pay for these very elevated and expensive utility prices, right? So electricity, gas, heating oil, things like that, whatever somebody uses for their respective living situation, it helps pay for that. Now, the LIHEAP program is honestly really nice. It helps out a lot of people, but it's certainly not something that helps out the entire season. In fact, I've had conversations with some of you here in the community over the years, and it might pay for like a couple months worth of utility bills, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? It's certainly better than nothing, but it's ultimately not like the fix-all to get somebody funded through the entire winter or through the entire summer when things are very, very hot as well. But either way, this is nice. It's finally nice to see that, yup, they reopened the government a few days ago as I filmed this video. And not only that, this group of bipartisan senators coming together to get this money distributed quickly to beneficiaries. So whether you're currently on the LIHEAP program, and generally you do receive money from this, hopefully the money will be, well, available soon, and hopefully it will be going out to the respective households very, very soon as well. So my point being is this. Well, if you've been on the program and you have not received any money yet, you're not alone. It seems like, according to the letter here and according to what happened, they haven't distributed any money yet. So the money apparently is not flowing yet. But they're calling on the HHS, Health and Human Services Department, to get this money flowing out to the households immediately, very, very soon. So if you have not applied for HHS, or sorry, not HHS, I apologize, for LIHEAP, you may want to do so. But here's the problem with this program. Great program. They allocate about $4.2-ish billion a year for this. Problem is, it goes very, very fast. And if you're on this program, if you've ever tapped into this money before, you know exactly what I mean by this. The money goes very quickly. And once they allocate it, as in once they approve households to receive the money, it's generally gone until more money is appropriated the next year. So it's kind of an unfortunate situation where they only give it so much money, it gets used very quickly, and then it's all gone until the very next year when they approve more. Okay? But anyway, I had a video out maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that, maybe like 3 weeks ago or so. I had a video out and they were talking about, not only is the government shutdown impacting, all these other aspects, but it's also impacting the LIHEAP program. And that's exactly what we talked about at the time, because there was nothing they could do at that time without approving more money through lawmakers and the appropriations for the upcoming year. There's nothing they could do about it. Well, they actually funded the government now. But here's the thing. I want to point this out super fast, which is they could drag their feet on this for a while, because HHS might be like, well, you only gave us essentially a short-term funding bill for the government, right? In other words, the government is technically only going to be open until January 30th, and then we may be looking at another government shutdown literally in like 2.5 months if they don't come together on yet again another short-term extension. A clean resolution is sometimes what they call it, or a long-term funding out until the end of September of next year, which is the end of the fiscal year, okay? So we got more problems potentially on our hands coming up, and according to what I've been reading on this, it looks like lawmakers are preparing for another prolonged government shutdown the end of January. Gotta be kidding me, right? It's not that hard to do your job, lawmakers, right? I can't imagine it's that hard. Who knows? What do I know, right? Anyway, just want to point this out for you really quickly. If you're on the LIHEAP program, stand by. Maybe the money will start flowing quickly, or maybe not. Again, we'll see what happens here. But I wanted you to see this letter and what they're doing with this. I've had a couple people reach out, not many. This generally isn't like a super hot button issue, but it is one of those topics that I know that a number of you here in the community rely on this program, and I wanted to give you a quick update on this, okay? Anyway, stand by. Maybe you saw my live stream from earlier today talking about the new information coming out around SNAP food stamps. That's nasty, right? If you've not seen that, watch the live stream from earlier today. Some new information coming out around food stamps and what they're going to require of all SNAP beneficiaries. It's weird, right? So just when we thought all the drama was done around SNAP food stamps, oh no, they've got more for us, right? Just what we wanted. More tricks up their sleeve. Yeah, thank you. We love it, right? Not. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic right now. Anyway, just want to give you the details of this quick little letter here, again, that these lawmakers here sent out, and where we currently stand with the LIHEAP program, about funding and what we can see here. Obviously, I'll continue to keep you updated as we get more information, but hopefully this is all that will do it, is just this letter sent out to them, and hopefully they'll just get that money appropriated and funded very soon here so that they can get to you to pay for your utility bills that are honestly very expensive. Has anybody noticed their utility bills lately? I don't know. Is it just me, or does it seem like they've gone up a lot? I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know. It seems like these bills are getting kind of high. Not a fan, right? Anyway, hope this helps you out. Again, if you have not done so, please consider subscribing. 100% free. I will continue to keep you updated with any new information coming out right now. It's a very busy time. Big subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you. Make sure to hit that if you have not done so. Otherwise, share the video or check out the other 6,000 plus videos here on the channel, especially that live stream from earlier. Some interesting things going on. Otherwise, check out the other videos here on the channel down below in the description. Or if you happen to be somebody on Medicare, you've heard me say this a bunch now, there's only about 3 weeks left-ish, give or take. About 3 weeks left of Medicare Annual Enrollment. There's a phone number down below, phone number right here. Give them a call if you're on Medicare. Talk to them. Make sure that you're properly covered. You have the best plan for your personal situation for the upcoming year. If you don't want to, you know what? I've said it so many times. It's okay. You know, it's the risk you're going to take. I'm just trying to warn you. I'm trying to help you out. Totally free here. Give them a call. Best time to call, to be fair with you, call on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. During the week, they're so swamped with calls, they can't even answer them. It's honestly super frustrating. I've had a number of people reaching out saying, called, can't even get through. Yeah, right there with you, right? So anyway, call them on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. By far the best time to call them. Otherwise, there you go. Anyway, hope this helps you. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next one. See you for now.